What if we could manage our entire planet, not with more rules and regulations, but by acting like a single living being? Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty radical vision that's trying to do just that. It's called the Phoenix Platform, and the idea is to create a kind of nervous system for a living Earth. I mean, we all feel it, right? This constant barrage of crises. You've got climate, social issues, economic problems, and they're all tangled together in this giant knot. The question is, what if the solution isn't just another tech gadget or some top-down policy? What if the real answer is in a totally new way of living, a new way of working together that's actually in tune with the planet itself?
Okay, so to really get what this is all about, we have to start with the core problem. And the big idea here is that our world is, well, it's profoundly out of sync. You see, all these global crises we're talking about, they're not really separate problems. They're symptoms of one deep issue: fragmentation. Think about it like this. Our tech and our economies are moving at light speed, right? But our ability to actually work together, to cooperate wisely, that's lagging way behind. We've got thousands of brilliant people out there working on solutions, but their efforts are scattered all over the place. They're not connected. And that fragmentation is what's holding us back from real planet-wide change.
And this quote, this just nails it. It says, "The world does not lack solutions. It lacks coherence infrastructure." And that's the key phrase. We're not short on good ideas or solutions. What we're missing is the connective tissue, that coherence infrastructure, to weave all those separate efforts together into one powerful planetary force for good. So, if fragmentation is the disease, then coherence has to be the cure. And that brings us right to the core idea behind the Phoenix platform.
Okay, so what is it? Well, the Phoenix platform is designed to be that connective tissue. It's essentially the digital foundation for a planetary nervous system. I mean, think about your own nervous system for a second. It senses the world, it helps you learn, and it coordinates everything so you can function as one person. Phoenix wants to do that, but for all of humanity.
And this comparison is so important. On one side, you have this idea of a kind of sterile, technical network, just wires and data. But on the other, you have a living, breathing planet. The whole point of Phoenix is to shift from the first to the second. It's about creating a system that doesn't just connect us with technology, but helps us function more like a natural living ecosystem.
And this right here is the key mindset shift you have to make. Phoenix is not another app you download on your phone. The vision is to build a living system, one that operates on the same principles as, say, a healthy forest, with balance, diversity, and constant adaptation, all of it working together in harmony to support life. All right, so if Phoenix is this living organism, what are its organs? How does this thing actually work? Let's dive in and break down the anatomy of this platform.
First up, you've got the synergy engine. You can think of this as the brain of the whole organism. It's this really smart coordination layer that makes something called emergent swarm intelligence possible. Like a flock of birds or a school of fish. There's no single leader yelling out orders, but they all move together in perfect harmony. The synergy engine wants to create that same kind of decentralized collective wisdom, but for us, for human projects.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, the synergy engine connects groups that have similar goals, so they can work together instead of competing against each other. It helps stop people from constantly reinventing the wheel by showing who's already working on what. It also speeds up that whole cycle from learning something to actually doing something about it. And maybe most importantly, it's designed to build trust through transparent governance that rewards integrity.
Okay, next up is Pulse. Now, if the synergy engine is the brain, then Pulse is the planet's senses, its eyes and ears. This system is all about providing real-time data on, well, everything, from climate risks to the health of a local ecosystem. This allows communities to see challenges coming and act before they happen, instead of just reacting to disasters after the fact. And the goal here is, it's pretty profound. Pulse is designed to connect our decisions directly to the needs of the natural world. It helps a community actually see the ecological impact of their choices in real time. It's literally giving the planet a seat at the planning table. And the third piece of the puzzle is called Empowered. This is the platform system for learning, growth, and evolution. It's designed to completely transform education from this thing that's separate from real life into something that's deeply woven into the fabric of community, ecology, and purpose. So the vision for Empowered ED is huge.
Instead of just memorizing a bunch of facts for a test, it's about helping people of all ages find their purpose. It helps them gain the skills to make a real difference for their community and for the planet. It's all about developing a whole person, not just stuffing a brain full of information.
But look, a system this ambitious, it raises a huge question, right? How in the world do you coordinate on a global scale without just creating another massive controlling bureaucracy? Well, the answer, according to the people behind Phoenix, is simple. You copy the best designer there is, nature. And this slide really lays out that fundamental shift. We're moving away from an old way of doing things, one defined by competition, constant reaction, and all that fragmentation we talked about. The new paradigm, the one inspired by living ecosystems, is all about synergistic stewardship, adapting before things happen, hands-on learning, and that all-important word again, coherence. And these are the core principles borrowed straight from nature's playbook. So just like a healthy forest, the Phoenix platform is designed to value diversity, to constantly adapt using feedback loops, and to rely on intelligence that's spread out through the entire network, not stuck at the top. And that's what's supposed to keep the whole system resilient and decentralized.
So what's the end game here? Why go to all the trouble of building a planetary organism in the first place? Where is all this supposed to lead?
Well, ultimately the goal isn't just about building better tech, it's about building a better future for all of us. The aim is to create a world where people can truly flourish, where we can all find meaning, connection, and creativity. And we do that by bringing our own human systems back into harmony with the Earth's systems.
And in the end, it's important to remember that Phoenix isn't being sold as some finished product. It's really an open invitation. It's a call to action for all of us to help co-design and build the foundations for a future that truly honors and empowers all life for all the generations that will come after us. Which leaves us with one last really powerful question. Can humanity actually learn to act like a coherent species, working together in service to the planet? Can we make that shift? Can we see ourselves as part of one single living system? According to this vision, the answer isn't just that we can, it's that we absolutely must.